Floss Tube, I am Danielle and this is Love and Stitchin'. This is my little world of the cross stitch universe. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. Today is my final episode of Flossmas and it is Monday, December 22nd, 2025. So first I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has joined me for my Flossmas episodes. I had intended to record on Friday and have a 7-part series, but we're going to be a 6-part series because Friday just turned out to be a little bit of chaos as we were planning for a trip. So I'll talk about that here in a second. But I just wanted to say thank you for all the comments and everyone participating. It's been fun to kind of share just some of our traditions throughout Christmas, hear from everyone else on their traditions. So thank you guys so much. Today I wanted to just stop in here briefly. It's another busy day for us here, as I'm sure it is for everyone. But I wanted to still wrap everything up, do giveaway winners at the end, everything like that. So this weekend we had a big trip to Nashville, which is about 2.5 hours away, for what I guess I would consider a tradition of ours. We've done it for several years now, so it is attending the ice shows with the Gaylord Opryland hotels. So there are 5 or 6 hotels around the United States, and we've got one in Nashville. They are really amazing hotels with like botanical gardens inside them, and like even like a lazy river in one of the atriums. And so it's just a beautiful hotel, and I remember visiting there once as a kid. So now being able to take our kids to explore has been a lot of fun. But they do this ice sculpture event every year, and it's a different theme. Each hotel has a different theme, and the themes kind of rotate. So we've not seen the same one twice in the 5 or 6 years that we've done it. But my husband and I went for 1 year before we had kids. And then we started going after we had kids again to show them. And then there was like a 2-year break between 2020 and 2021 that they didn't have the sculptures because what this is it's a themed ice sculpting inside this room. So the room is kept at like 6 degrees or 9 degrees or something. It's kept really cold. You wear parkas, but they have sculptors that they bring in from all around the world that sculpt these ice designs for the theme that it is. So 1 year was the Grinch, 1 year was Frosty the Snowman. We've done Polar Express, Rudolph, and this year was a Charlie Brown Christmas. And so they just have like all these different themes that you walk through. They have a slide that everyone can go down as well, which is a lot of fun. But they give you these big parkas that you put on because it's very cold in there. But it's really cool. So I'm going to share some pictures of previous years and some pictures of this year as well, just so you can kind of see what those are like. But if you ever are near, there's one in Texas, one in Colorado. I don't know where all the other ones are. If you're ever near one, we definitely recommend it because it's just really cool and amazing to see what these people are like designing and creating from ice. It's amazing. They had one sculptor who was still there, like kind of sculpting while we were actually like walking through. So that was really fun. The kids got to do a scavenger hunt throughout one of the atriums. So that was fun. They had a breakfast with Snoopy and friends. So they got to meet Snoopy and get pictures, and Charlie Brown and Lucy. That was really cool. We had a dinner at like a cheesecake factory, I think is where we went to dinner. And I'm trying to think what else we did. Obviously just walked around the hotel because it was really nice. We did do the riverboat, which was cool. And we've done that in the past, but they really enjoy being able to, be on a boat and kind of, it's a slow, lazy river boat that you get to go on and see different parts of the hotel. So it was just a really great way to kind of kick off the season. It was really fun. The kids had a great time. My youngest did end up with a fever our last night there, and then I think she passed it on to me. So I'm a little bit under the weather, so we're going to be getting lots of vitamins and trying to get everyone healthy before Christmas here in a couple days. So with that, I wanted to share my previous finish, which is Sweet Wing Studio Born This Day. So this, I think I FFO'd it last year, but it's just a beautiful piece, and I've got a lot of her pieces that I want to stitch this coming year. Versus, I even think she just released a Patreon piece. I am a member for Patreon. That is Jeremiah 29:11 for the I Know the Plans I Have for You. That might be my blessing stitch. It's not terribly big, so I feel like I actually could get it done in January with also working on some other things. So I think I might kit that up here in the next week. I don't remember what I stitched this on, but I do know I used kind of like my own colors. And then I finished it on this like cutting board. I think it's from Hobby Lobby, actually, from Valentine's Day with the heart, but I thought it still went well with all of this. And just backing fabric that I already had. And it's on 32 count, I'm pretty sure, linen, one of the Color and Cotton fabrics of the month. So that is my previous finish. For my Advent stitching, I'm behind. Big shock. I think I'm up to day 17 maybe. Let me see. I have them all blocked off. So I've done day 17, yes. And today's the 22nd, so I'm clearly behind. But I still think I might be able to finish it if I work on it exclusively throughout the next 9 days. I'll get it done. But this is my progress. So since you last saw it, I did actually get a lot of accomplished. So I finished this big house down here. I can't remember if I'd worked on this house yet or not, to be honest. Maybe not. But I worked on it. I started to come back down here to get that house done. So I know I at least got that part done. So there it is. And this is stitched on, it's named Warm Winter Wishes by Pansy Patch Stitchery, stitched on 36 count Color and Cotton Drizzle, and that's from the March 2024 Fabric of the Month Club. And the lighting is just not great today, so I apologize for that. I think it's just dark in my house right now. So that is where we are. I will post a picture when I get it finished by the end of the year. The other thing that I finished up, so while I drove to Nashville for part of the way, and then my husband drove the rest of the way, but on the drive back, I was able to get some stitching in and some sewing in, or hand sewing, I guess. And while we were there, we had a little bit of downtime in the hotel that I finished some stitching. So I'd already showed you this one. So this was my sister-in-law's, my son's handprint. So I did all of the blanket stitch. So then I went on to my middle daughter's and I got hers done. I did have a hiccup on hers somewhere over here, I think, so it's a little messy, but I don't think my sister-in-law will care because I think I may have cut it too close to my sewing around the hand because it came undone. So then I had to like hand stitch, and it's just messy, but it's still very, very cute. And then I finished the babies. So yay, I have a Christmas present done. So those are gonna go in their stocking, and I still have my mom's snowman felt to do, so that I will probably be working on all the way up until Christmas Eve. But I'll be giving it to her Christmas Day, so surely I can get it done before then. And I've got one other project, but it's not sewing, that I need to work on maybe for a Christmas present if I can get it done. But anyway, so those are my stitching, my whips, all of that. So the holiday tradition that I was going to talk about today was Christmas Eve. So please, I'd love to hear what everyone's Christmas Eve traditions are, but ours are, we go to our church service, and my whole family actually comes to our church, which is a larger church. And so we all go together, usually like the 1 o'clock service, or 3 o'clock service. They do like 4 services on Christmas Eve usually. And then we all go back to my parents' house where my dad makes homemade pizza. Very good. He's gone through several iterations of his recipe to perfect it, and it is delicious and everyone loves it. He turns on White Christmas. We have gingerbread houses that the kids usually make and decorate. This year I've decided no one eats the gingerbread, and they always fall apart because they really need time to settle once you put the house together. So I might like hot glue it. I thought about another kind of glue, but then I was like, but then it has to sit, and hot glue will just be faster, and surely I don't think it'll melt the gingerbread. We're gonna test it and find out. If you have any advice on that, let me know, because I'll be putting it together probably tomorrow maybe, or Christmas Eve morning. and then bringing it so they can decorate it. That way the house is done and everyone can actually have fun decorating it rather than it falling apart. That was my big plan, because no one eats it. They eat the candy that goes on it, but they don't actually eat the gingerbread houses. So we do that, and then when we come home, we all have matching Christmas pajamas, and we do take a big family picture because everyone gets the same jammies over the last several years on Christmas morning. But we get into our matching Christmas jammies. We read Christmas books that we have. So we've got one that's like Santa Comes to Tennessee. So that's really fun because it's like we even have like our city named in it, which is cool. And, you know, Night Before Christmas and the Nativity Story, excuse me, we read as well. And then my husband and I put out the presents, kind of get everything set up after the kids go to bed, and then we track Santa on NORAD Santa's tracker. So if you've never done that, that's really a cool way to kind of see where Santa is. Yes. Okay, hold on. The little one needed a snack. All right, so we're back. So that's our Christmas Eve. And then, so NORAD tracker is a lot of fun to track. And Santa usually comes through here around like 11:30 at night. So it's usually a late night, but I like to kind of track and see where he's going. So that is everything that I have for stitching and all of that. So quick video today, but I did want to give our giveaway winners. So if you are a winner, please email me at the email below with your physical address. I will try to get these out next week. But I promise to get them out soon. So for our first winner is Kimberly Bowman 4188. Kimberly, this is Silent Night, so please email me your address. I don't think I have it, Kimberly. And then Cow Stitcher, my dear friend, I think I do have your address, but nonetheless, this is the sampler by Lori Holt, and this is for you. All right, our third is Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Stitching with the Housewives, and this goes to Robbins Selby 1. Hopefully I got that right. Congratulations. Number 4 is the Lizzie Kate Sleds, and this goes to Britches Get Stitches. And finally, we have the Liberty by Brenda Gervais. This goes to Doris_Sisk. So congratulations. So please send me your emails. And again, thank you guys so much for participating and joining in on Flossmas. I still have a lot of Vlogmas and Flossmas to catch up on, but I'm going to continue to do that even after Christmas once everything slows down a little bit. I did want to ask, though, for just a final question, where are you watching from? So I'd love to hear where everyone is from. So as I've said, I'm in the southeastern corner of Tennessee, so in Chattanooga, little outskirts. And then also, is there any designer that you recommend everyone try at least once? So if I'm looking for a new designer that I've not stitched before, who would you recommend? So they're just two questions that I'm super interested to hear what everyone is thinking. But I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and thank you again so much for joining in, and I will see you sometime in the next couple weeks, I am sure, if not in the new year. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone.